The following program may be offensive to some viewers.
Are people trans because gender is a social construct? But how come some little kids stubbornly resist being socialized? Are people trans because of male and female brains in the wrong body? But how come some of us don't figure out we're trans till puberty or middle age? How can socialization be so weak it fails on little kids, yet so powerful it brainwashes the rest of us for decades?
Is everything okay?
A page has been torn out.
This case is empty.
Why won't anybody tell me what's going on?
There's so many secrets that I'm in the dark about.
What secrets?
Don't play games!
While we're at it, what the heck is gender identity? How are you meant to measure it in a lab, the way you can check if someone's gay or left-handed? Is gender identity fixed from an early age? Or is it fluid and mutable throughout your life? If it's the former, why do detransitions exist? And why do a lot of kids desist at puberty? If it's the latter, why would we risk giving people hormones and surgery in the first place? And why is it that the way people talk about gender identity sounds kind of like the way people talk about souls?
Stop with this stupid monologue already. Nobody knows the answer, and you're certainly not smart enough to figure it out on your own.
What?
Here's a hint.
Eggs.
So who's laying these eggs?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you got it all wrong. It's not like that.
You'd better run, egg!
Why do people keep saying sex is a spectrum or a social construct and not binary, when it is? And pointing out that intersex people exist, when they're pretty rare, when none of that has the least thing to do with explaining why trans people exist. Almost all trans people start out with standard model bodies, chromosomes, gametes, and gonads. If they didn't, they wouldn't be doing much transitioning in the first place.
I don't get it!
Why did the stereotype of a trans woman used to be that she was attracted to men, yet there are lots of trans lesbians around these days? And if trans women have female brains in the wrong body, how come only 1 to 2% of females are lesbian, while 1/3 to 2/3 of all trans women like women?
That depends on how you answer this.
So who's laying these eggs?
Wait, this can't be right.
It must be something we haven't seen yet.
You know of what I speak.
Yes, the Queen.
It's coming from the moon.
What gender is the Queen?
I am a woman.
This is the handiwork of the puppet master.
Why do trans activists claim that heaps of people are trans, way more than we used to think, but also that trans people are constantly getting murdered by transphobes? If you do the sums, you find out that one or the other of those things could be true, but not both at once.
Something funny's going on.
I'll tell you one thing.
The facts are being manipulated. You are lying to the people.
What's the matter with you?
I just never expected to hear you say something so serious.
Why has there been a sudden steep rise in kids and teens identifying as trans in the last 10 to 15 years? And how come it's mostly females identifying as boys, when for most of the 20th century, it was mostly males identifying as girls?
Ooh, I love it. Say it again.
You are lying to the people.
That is not a joke.
And why is asking these questions often considered transphobic?
You may not ask questions.
Understood.
Why is trans activism acting so weird and pushy lately? Changing language, opening up women's sport, hassling lesbians, all kinds of other things, and insisting that none of this Space Invader stuff is a big deal. Why do they keep trying to bring in gender self-ID, even though anyone with 2 brain cells can see it's got problems? Why is so much of the media, academia, and even government 100% behind this instead of considering all sides of the issue? Why has everyone suddenly decided that gender identity, which is so mysterious and vague you can hardly even define it, overrules everything we know is real?
When you find that out, then you'll know everything, won't you?
Who do you represent?
As Schrodinger might say, the answer is in the box.
And am I trans? Or aren't I? What do my own weird green-tinted feelings from episode 2 mean? Am I a lady cat on the inside? Or am I just imagining it?
Interesting that you now choose a female host. The most attractive one at that.
You waste my time.
Careful, mate. Curiosity is the natural enemy of cats. Oh, my nocturnal nemesis. You have no idea.
That's no moon.